The footage of crashes, mishaps, and accidents within this video is presented strictly for educational and informational purposes to illustrate crucial lessons in RV safety, responsible road practices, and personal preparedness.
Coming at you fast like a freight train ride. Another crazy, stupid RV design. Smoke and sparks, no fear, no mild. Buckle up, it's RVs Gone Wild.
RVs Gone Wild, episode number 24. Would you believe it? Can't believe we got this far. The reason I keep making these is for you. So please subscribe to this channel. We've got a lot more people viewing than we have subscribing. And the best way you can help me keep these videos coming is click subscribe. Hey, BC and Alberta are on fire again, so my hearts go out to everybody. I'm going to put a link in the description to where you can donate money to the BC Alberta Help Funds. We got a lot of people losing their homes right now. I know you all help out because I've got a great community here at RVs Gone Wild. The RVing community is one of the best ones in the world. Let's start out with this one, and I warn you, it is not for the faint of heart. You know in the videos when they say no one was harmed making this video? This is not that video. Yeah, the driver definitely got hurt. This video has been going around for a while. I do feel bad for the driver. I wouldn't normally show it, but let's face it, if you're going to get into a motorhome without a helmet and try to jump it on some farm, you should know you're going to get hurt pretty bad. On to the next one. What do you get when you drive a limo through an RV? Let me show you. Am I the only one who loves seeing people break things? Here we got a stunt driver at a show doing a jump. Check it out. Explosive. And I want to thank Cor Vink from the Netherlands. He's such a great fan of the channel. He's brought us so much great content. And he pointed out to me that they do crazy RV races in the Netherlands too. Check it out. And you saw the limo go through the RV. Let's see what else we can launch through RVs. Hey everyone, I've got a correction to make. You all might remember last video where I talked about how Elvis's airplane was made into an RV trailer, but apparently I misspoke and said trailer. It is not an RV trailer, it's actually an RV motorhome. So I'm going to show you a quick video of it here, and there's a link to all these videos in the description.
There were so many firsts happening right now. This was the first time Grizzly has ever been in the driver's seat, This is the first time we're backing it up using the camera system. This is the first time that we're trying to drive it in the rain. This is only the second time we've ever actually driven this thing. There are so many things happening right now, and yes, our stress level is off the charts.
I had a handful of people send me a link in the last week to this article. And indeed, Heavy D Sparks did buy a motorhome. There's only a handful of these even in the United States. This one is not a working order. I haven't watched his next video, but from the look of the thumbnail and the title, looks like he's going to have some issues with this, trying to get it running. But if anybody can do it, Heavy D Sparks can. If you haven't seen Heavy D Sparks, well, I'm surprised. Please check the link below and you'll see he has a lot of great content. Now, it always blows my mind when people take cars and then make trailers out of them and match them up with the same car that they were originally made from. Here, let me show you what I mean. And not only are these cars matched up, but they've got two wheels on the trailer. They've actually made it a double axle trailer. And it turns out they're not the only ones to do this. I got multiple instances where people have taken a car, basically made a trailer out of it, matched it up to the identical car, and did a double axle trailer, which of course just means it's basically stronger, can take more weight, and actually carry a load. Now, these aren't exactly the same thing here with the Volkswagen Bus and the Volkswagen Bug, but it still follows the same spirit of the idea, and it's double axle. Fraser and Dorothy sent in this picture. It's actually a picture of them with their camping club. You can see these are all classic vehicles, basically, and they actually have this classic car club where they travel across all of Canada. I'll put a link to their website. It looks like it's not operating since the pandemic, but needless to say, I'm sure they'd love your support. And if you know anything like this going on out here in the west side of Canada, let me know. Roy K sent us a few different pictures. He purchased what he considers a rare little RV. It was made by Vanguard and he couldn't resist, but since it was in 1981, it did require some TLC. And he used to have a 1974 MG towing a 1960 Teardrop. He ended up selling the MG, so he didn't really have any use for the trailer, and so he sold it, and that's when he bought a 1980 Vanguard Aurora. I believe we put it up in the last video. And he says, I doubt if anyone has actually seen an MG with a trailer hitch or towing a trailer. I'll tell you, probably if there's any place I've seen it, it's Florida. For some reason in Florida, I saw so many different little cars with hitches towing what they should not be towing. That's Florida for you, California of the East. Andy and Dennis spotted this out on Ocracoke Island in North Carolina. Not sure how to pronounce that. It looks like a nice rig. Thanks for sending it our way. You know, it's been a real windy, stormy year here in the States and up here in Canada a little bit. I've seen a lot of pictures this season of RVs tipped over just from the wind. Don't forget, your RV can tip over in the wind. So if there's a storm warning in your area, maybe think twice about where you're going to hunker down. And I've actually shown a picture or two of this before, but I found some new pics of this really classic rig. I'm not sure who built it or who owns it, but she sure is a beaut. And I found this old Woody, and it's not just a Woody car, but a Woody trailer. It looks like it's custom, homemade. I just found a whole bunch of pictures of it. I don't know the owner, but I really wanted to make sure to show it to all of you. It's a real piece of work. I consider stuff like this almost like art, as much as it is an RV. An art V, if you will. And I found this really classic, I'm guessing European RV that's perfectly preserved. This thing looks like it's a showpiece. I'm sure no one's using it. If anybody knows anything more about this, let me know. And here's some other random cars I found. You have this Volkswagen Custom Class C, ultra skinny custom RV that I've never seen before. I love this off-road RV. This thing's ready to go anywhere. You know how much I love apocalypse rides, and this one's ready for the apocalypse. Something tells me it's not street legal though. And this is the first time I've seen an RV trailer as a sidecar on a motorcycle. Definitely a first for me. Now Alejandro wanted to show off his custom rig. Looks like it's got air conditioning and everything. You know you can do that, right? You can just take a cargo trailer and build it out however you want. You don't need to buy one of these pre-built RVs if you're handy with a hammer and a saw. And we've got Connor here. Connor actually originally bought this 1975 GMC Diplomat 18-foot motorhome. He bought it for $50 from the city impound auction here in Vancouver, BC. He rebuilt it, made it livable, lived in it for 8 years, but it was so small he decided to upgrade and found a 1983 Fleetwood 26-foot motorhome. It was cheap, took a lot of rebuilding there, and then when his car broke down, he actually gutted the old van trailer and made his van his new daily driver. So he actually scrapped the house part and basically turned it into a daily driver. But you might notice something's missing this week. Where's the turducken? Well, I'll be honest, I didn't get sent any turduckens in the last week, and I've been really busy because I'm about to travel, so no turducken this week. Hey folks, I'm hoping to have a really exciting RVs Gone Wild number 25 coming up. We've got our 25th episode, so I'll make it a doozy. So no turducken this week. I'm sorry folks, but I'll have more for you coming soon. Maybe we've just shown all the turduckens in the world.